I'm gonna tell you why is a city fault. It looks like it looks like the city not only failing of this COVID-19 and failing the citizens of Philadelphia or the state or the federal level is only like now we start like seeing more issues which that telling me that's always my personal opinion and I respect everybody else's opinion. That's telling me the government they don't really go a little bit deeper to see the quality of the people they're hiring.
Okay.
Talking about they're not vetting people the way they're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Like check the quality, the experience,
Oh yeah.
how long he's been doing this, or they're not doing a good training for people to let them know what they're dealing with, what they expect, how to handle things in a real situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go to a private firm, that's what they do. They see your qualification first. They give you a 3 month trial.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and then they see if you're good and you need more training, they train you.
Okay.
And they see if you are really that bad, they ask you to go because that's what the 3 months trial about. Because they don't have any money to waste on people.
Right.
They don't have.
Yeah.
So the government, I think they don't care about that part because they do have a lot of money to spend on people, and it's not their money, and nobody on top of them to ask them, for example, how much you made this year, because this is how it works in real life.
Mm-hmm.
You are a CEO
Okay.
of a company.
Mm-hmm.
You have a responsibility for that company to keep going forward. If only stopped in one level, you are having a problem.
Right. Right.
And if it's the numbers going down, you're having a big problem. And you get fired. You get asked to put your gates together or you're gonna go.
Yeah.
That's one. Two, they seen people, why they let people go? Because they figure out we bring new tools,
Mm-hmm.
new ideas,
Oh yeah.
and that may help us on recovering the loss from the last year because the previous CEO didn't know what to do.
Okay.
Because these big companies, if they don't pay their stuff, they're gonna go bankrupt, they're gonna close, they're gonna go away.
Right.
The government doesn't have that problem. The government, they don't have somebody who comes on the financials and said, hey, we're doing something wrong.
Right.
So why the city doesn't have enough money? Not because not enough taxes as a lot of politicians they think, no. Because they don't dig deeper what is the mistakes. They don't dig deeper to ask themselves, where did we spend the money? Where is the gap? What is the problem? Who's taking the money they don't deserve? Who's taking, for example, a lot of overtime and not producing? They go like, who's using, for example, the city cars, but the city cars not making money to the city, just running like crazy. They don't go to these details. Like, I'll give you an example. Like when you have a company, right, and you have 6 employees.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking about small company. You have 6 employees. Each employee got a truck.
Mm-hmm.
If that truck did not make money to pay for car payment, gas,
Mm-hmm.
tires, maintenance, his salary, and pay for the company part of electricity, gas, bills, employees inside, this means that truck something wrong with it. That means that employee is doing something wrong,
Yeah.
and we need to go to questions like what happened. Let's focus on that truck. Why it's not bringing enough money as the other trucks? So I mean that guy maybe he needs training. Maybe he doesn't know what to do.
Right.
Maybe he's not qualified as he said, or maybe he's a thief, or maybe he's a lazy. No, it's true.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
I know.
Why we said like a thief and a lazy? because thief is not, he's cutting corners to put money in his pocket. The company doesn't see it.
Yeah.
Or lazy, he doesn't want to do the extra mile to help the company to go forward.
Yeah.
So this stuff, we don't see it on the federal and the city and the state level.
Right.
Why? Because they know they are not going to go bankruptcy. They're gonna always, they are going to get always help from the state level, the federal level, and if it goes bankruptcy, you're gonna see it like once in a blue moon, one of the cities went bankrupt, and the new physical budget will help and bring that city back because they can't afford to close the city. All right, so this is one. The other thing, these employees, they always think like there is always money in the city.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about that. So the other thing I noticed on the cities is like doing meetings, for example. Meetings on the management level. We need to focus on the spending. We need to cut corners. We need to go with the technology. And you see it right now. We have a very old system of the unemployment. Every time we have a big number of the employment, the stuff has crashed, the stuff is not working, blah, 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 blah. We want to build an app. The app is causing issues. Now hire another private firm to help us on our app because the app is not working, which I understand. Some parts of it, I agree. It's okay. It's no big deal. But a lot of it, it's just like nonsense.
Yeah.
A lot of it is just like a BS. Seriously, like when you see waste in the city and then you see some waste, you're not going to believe it. It's like yesterday, for example, I was on the highway and I have it on a video. Miles and miles and miles of light on and the broad light. The problem is a lot of city employees, they go on 95. They see it. Maybe they laugh about it. Maybe they don't care. Maybe somebody paying somebody to leave this light on. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe somebody getting paid for spending more in the city because other companies will pocket more.
Right.
For example, papers. You see in papers like up to the zoo because this employees and the management, they don't understand this paper costs money and it costs the taxpayer.
Yeah.
It's a lot of issues on the city level. So the reason why I talked today about this because do you know how many deceased people they got their check?
Only the what?
How many deceased people
Oh.
got checks? Stimulus checks.
Oh no, a lot though. And they're
71,500 deceased people received checks.
they're telling them to give it back or something.
Yeah,
too.
they asked him to give it back. Well, the problem is not giving it back. The problem is 71,500 people, they didn't get their check yet,
And dead people got them.
and the dead people got them. It should be vice versa.
Right.
And that's telling me again, because the government, they don't hire the right people.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And that's telling me also the government do not do training.
Yeah.
And that's telling me also the government do not upgrade in their system and connecting with the rest of the departments. Like for example, when you get a deceased certificate, okay?
Yeah.
This automatically should be on all the other systems. Pension,
How did they
IRS. Because the system is...
It
it's
makes
so-
no sense.
Listen, it is one thing wrong. Maybe the system is wrong. Maybe people they don't see.
Right.
One of the two.
Right.
Because like this guy who was so upset, his deceased mother got a check and he said he didn't get his.
You can't blame them.
Yeah, on TV. He was
Yeah.
telling people like, on TV, he was telling people, I just can't believe it. I don't have money to pay my bills.
Yeah.
And my deceased mother, she got her check. He said, this is a no-brainer. He said, this is stupid. And the guy went off on TV.
Yeah.
He's right. He's right. And that's what I said again. This is why the government's failing on that level. And do you know what is the biggest problem? This is what the biggest problem. The government bailing out big companies, they don't let them fail. And who are we talking about here? Like, for example, hotels, airlines,
Cruise ships.
cruise ships. Yeah,
Like that.
yeah. They don't want them to fail.
Say hi, Star.
Hey, Star, nobody want to hear you today. Can you stop it, please? Thank you. Guys, I'm sorry. Start saying hi again.
No, I said cruise ships because you seen they put not an ad, like a commercial saying they're gonna be back in business in August.
Mm-hmm.
I seen it.
Okay. I get to the point. I see the big picture. People fucking stupid on both levels, government and people. They want to go back to work. God bless. They're not seeing the big picture. The big picture is Germany. 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 What they did, they let people go, and guess what?
Their numbers went back up.
I
see that. That's in two different places.
Yeah.
But in the news this morning, we're gonna exclude them too because I already seen them. In the news, they said 45 different places, like counties and stuff.
Yeah.
But this is not like Philadelphia, like Pennsylvania. It's just around the world where they're easing the restrictions and turning them into like going into the yellow phase.
Yeah.
15 out of 45 of those counties numbers went up. This was this morning.
I'm telling you, listen, to me, I get to the point like, hey, I'm gonna have to, yeah, we're getting to the point I have to protect myself. And this conversation is this topic about the city is part of it. And I'm glad you brought this one up. And I'm gonna tell you why. For example, March 15th, no, January was the problem. February, we ignored it. March 15th, we figured out we went too far. We need to stop this. So March 15th, we said, hey, shut down. Everybody stay home because this is very serious. The virus is killing people, blah, 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 blah. So government come up with this order. They figured out after 8 weeks or 6 weeks, they couldn't feed people. They couldn't give them their stimulus check till today. They couldn't give them business loan. They said, you know what, people need to go back to work because we failed the people. This is going to go back to the money again and the people. Okay, listen, we have a war. We're having a war, and the war is on. Someone is going to live. Someone is going to die. And we're not going to stop this. We have to keep going. Yes, listen, I understand that part. But again, we're going to go to a company versus government. This company is the government who was making a lot of money for years, didn't manage the money correctly in the bad time like this to serve the people.
So it's the government fault.
Yes, it's the government's fault.
Okay.
It's true. Because private firms, they save money.
Okay.
They invest and they have cash sitting to the side.
Okay.
You check Apple, you check a lot of companies, you're going to see how much cash they have sitting in the banks. To protect themselves or to buy another good investments going forward to make the company stronger and solid. Government didn't do that. I mean, they failed the people, they failed everybody who was paying tax for generation because they couldn't take care of them for 6 weeks. So this is one thing. Yep, this is one thing. So the other thing is, it is two different people right now we're dealing with.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a simple example. Elon Musk.
Okay.
He's the
Tesla.
owner and the CEO for Tesla.
Yes.
He cannot afford any more cuts. He cannot afford any more delay for his products. He's asking people to go back to work. We need to go back to work because he needs to sell his products. Look, one telling you we need to go back to work. So let's pick up another person from the other side telling you to stay. Who's telling you to stay home? Facebook CEO.
Really?
Yeah. Of course, he's making money.
Okay.
He's making a ton of money. Come on. Are you serious?
Okay. It makes sense.
People getting bored on Facebook all day long.
Yeah.
People, they need to make some kind of business online, don't go on Facebook. People need to advertise, go into Facebook. So Facebook CEO tell them, no, we need to stay home. This is not safe.
Okay.
There is another third party.
Okay.
For example, Rustling. Rustling is an essential, and we need to keep open the Rustling. The Rustling should be fine. There is no problem. Why? Because that guy's $1 billion project. That business is $1 billion business.
Yeah.
And his wife donated $20 million to Donald Trump campaign. They should stay, they need to stay open, it's fine. So there is another business, which is we're talking about basketball, football. These people, they need to close. It's dangerous to the public. Well, listen, both of them, they have a big amount of people. Both of them.
Yeah, I know.
So what are we missing here? It looks like it's all about the money now. So that being said, do we need to go back and listen to Elon Musk, or do we need to stay and listen to Facebook CEO? Which one? Which one? People, they're gonna go nuts. What to do? Is it danger or not? And the biggest problem is the White House confusing people. I'll tell you why the White House confusing people, and then I go back to the money side. The White House confusing people by telling people, do not go out with no mask. Maintain social distancing. And guess what? They're not doing. And that make you think something is up. Something is not right. And that make you think. You put two dots together. The video we saw on our EMT radio talking about the numbers are wrong, and the other numbers and the others, one of them, he said this is maybe just a hoax.
Yeah.
And the other person said, don't worry about the White House, they're all vaccinated. So there was a leaking video. White House, they forgot mic open.
Camera's rolling.
Cameras rolling, and they were talking. So if you put this one here, okay, and then you go back to the person who almost found the vaccine, got killed in Harrisburg. If you put the two together with the White House not putting masks and not maintaining the distance, that will make the story true. It is maybe a vaccine. It is no virus. And why we're closing, that something has to do with money, most likely. Something behind the scene we're gonna know. And I know I have few suggestions, but I'm not gonna say it in the air. I'll save it to another day. Okay. Yes, somebody trying to pocket on somebody else. That's the idea.
The idea
behind it. Yes.
Okay.
We need to build a big numbers. We need to scare the whole world. We need to show like America is being suffering big time. Somebody needs to pay. Big time.
I get it.
So that's one. And then we got to the stimulus check and to the stimulus business plan, whatever, to help people. And who we saving here? We're saving the big companies. The big companies. So why we are saving, for example, these big companies? What's the big deal if they fail? And a lot of people, they're gonna say, this guy's crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Why will it big companies fail? So what's the big fucking deal, in your opinion, if these companies fail? What's gonna happen? Huh? Do you think if airlines, cruises, hotels, they fail, the little guy is gonna have a problem? Or the little guy having a problem even when they're working and up and running? I have some news for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're working and he's having a problem. No, this one, it's a lie. A lie designed by the Wall Street. When the company fail, guess what? The employees, they're going to lose their job. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. Because when the company fails, it goes through a bankruptcy package. Okay? And when the company fails, the people who owning this pension, they get you with your pension, and with the employees owning the stock of the company. I have another news for you.
So sorry.
Bless you.
I'm sorry, my allergies. I'm sorry, guys.
That's right. I have another news for you. Everything goes through a bankruptcy package. The employees, they don't lose shit, by the way. The little guy doesn't lose. He's gonna go through that package. That's why they call it a bankruptcy package. They're not losing anything. Who's losing? The billionaires, they're the one losing. Go and investigate what I'm telling you. Don't just listen to me. Okay? The billionaires, they're the one losing big time. And I'm going to give you an idea. I'm going to give you another explanation. Do you know a lot of people, they say, for example, well, the airline, blah, 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 or the hotel chain, blah, 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 the stocks owned by the employees. Oh, big fucking deal. Well, go dig deeper. The 99%, I'm talking about the little guy, he owned a couple hundreds in the stock or a couple thousand. Is that a big deal if the company went bankrupt? Failed or went bankruptcy? But who owns the 80 or 90% of the stock? Between 80 and 90, who owns that? The billionaires. They're the one owning big chunk of the company. Do you think that guy who sweep the floor in the airline, he owned like $1 million stock market?
You know they sweep it? Does he sweep it?
They sweep him every day. When he's working and when he's not. Or do you think that lady, she's behind the counter? What they call? Not the counter, they call it something else. Anyway, the one she's like giving you a ticket, she owned like $2 million worth of the stock market. She wouldn't be driving a $600 car. She wouldn't be renting an apartment for $800.
Right.
Well, let me give you another one. Do you think the manager who managed the airline department, do you think she owned like $15 million worth of the stock market? You'd be out of your mind if you're thinking that. This is what they did. This is what they did. Because the society we live in today, from a little while ago, they don't want to stay in the job forever. Like our parents, they stayed in the job for 30 years, 40 years, they got this.
Oh, yeah.
This is what they got. And they got a letter in the mail, or maybe a letter from the CEO. We appreciate your business. Everybody applaud this guy. His last day, his last day at the job, and he gives so much for the company. But what the company give him? A letter. So where this guy's gonna go after they get that letter? Wipe his ass with it? If the paper towel run out like this situation? Why you don't give him a check? He's been there for 40 years. He makes a lot of CEOs and CFOs and COOs and the stock market holders a ton of money. He doesn't deserve at least a check for $50,000. Go enjoy a good vacation and set an example for the people to stay. So they figure out they can't do this because it's so tough and rough. They need that money. They said, you know what? We're going to make these people feel like they own the company. And we're going to start selling them the stock of the company. All right, employees, everybody get together today. We have a good news for you. You're going to be part of this company. Yeah! Seriously.
Yeah.
It's a show.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
Yeah. Now, if you sweep the floor, you own the company. If you do the dishes, you own the company. If you run the car back there for the luggage, you own the company. If you are a pilot, you own the company. But they never told them how much they own. They never.
Right.
So how can you own a company, a big airline stock market, and you still sweeping for 20 years?
Right.
Can you wake up, people? Seriously, can you wake up and start falling for fucking blah, 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 blah? Can you wake up and start seeing the big picture? Because the big picture is here. And you will never see any big picture than this. In your entire career, this is the biggest picture. Everything stopped. And you're only the one suffering. You were suffering when you have a job, and you suffer twice today because you have none and you didn't get any help. So you tell me, do we build the airlines and the cruises and the hotels, or will it these fuckers that go down? Because this is the thing you guys don't see again. When we say, for example, airlines, hotels, everybody fails. So what do you think is going to happen next? You can't fly anymore? You're going to use a camel to go to Europe? Is that what you're thinking? Is that what they're telling you? Like you can't fly? No. Yeah, you can laugh because it's funny because that's what they tell people. We need to bail them out.
Yeah.
Like the banks, we bailed them out before, and guess what? They screw us over and over and over and over. So what do we got from bailing out the banks? Zero. Same as the car dealers, if you remember. What do we got? You go to a car dealer, he will slap you right and left and give you like a head. Done. Out. You get screwed with a bunch of interest you don't deserve. So, if these companies fail, this is what's going to happen. The hedge funds, billionaires, whatever, they're going to go away.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. They're going to
That's
go
it.
away. And guess what? Who's going to lose here? The one that are holding the debt and holding the insecure funds. And that's part of the game. They know about it. They know if shit hit the fan, you're going to lose. So this is not a new news for them. That's how they do. They gamble for a living. And the billionaires we are bailing out. Why? Because they can't get a nice vacation in the summertime. They can't go to expensive hotels. They can't go to business class. They cannot run their jets. Is that what we're going to bail them out? Come on, give me a break. So what are we missing here? What are we missing here? The government, it's protecting these people with the taxpayer money, and the taxpayer money not getting his money he spent. And we're gonna go back to the same game again. He's a billionaire, you are a worker. And you are a poor worker today than before. That's how they do it. Seriously, that's exactly how they do it. So, this is what's going to happen. The billionaires, they will go away. The employees, they're going to go through a bankruptcy package. They're fine. Nothing's going to happen to the employees. And the new news is, and new investors will come into the table. They have more money. That's what's going to happen if we don't bail them out. And guess what? Are we capitalists or not? Because if we are capitalists, you sink. I mean, you swim or you sink. You live or you die. That's how a business should run. But now we are capitalists and we're protecting the filthy rich. That's bad, right?
Yeah, it's very bad.
That's super bad. That's super bad because the reason why I'm saying this is the reason why I'm saying this. Why we start helping the top first?
Because the top more important.
Yes.
Well, to them.
That's to them, yes. You're right. So why we didn't start from the bottom and building our economy up? Because that's how you do it in anything. You're gonna open a company, they want you to start from the bottom going up.
Yeah.
You're doing a project, they want you to start from the bottom going up. Anything you want to do, they want you to start from the bottom up because the bottom is the base.
Yeah.
It needs to be solid.
Yep.
So why every time we come to stimulus plans, we start from the top, going to the bottom? Do we want to leave to let the bottom soft all the time? That's why they can't stand for the right. That's why they can't speak out. That's why they can't be always stuck on between their bills and what's the good and what's the bad. I mean, you tell me. I just don't understand why we're doing this because does not make no sense. No sense. And I do hope you learned something today about letting companies down. They should go down. Because if they will not prepare for this, and you're going to tell me how can we let them down, Adam, because this is a big disaster, this is worldwide. I'm going to tell you, if do not prepare for this, they need to go down. Other people will go up. But the taxpayer money, his money is sitting on the side for him and spent on him. That's what I'm going to tell you why. And don't fall for, we can't let the big companies go down. No, we can, because the big companies, they let us down every single day. And when you go to an airport, they ask you have a luggage, put it to weight. You have 2 kilos, you gotta pay more. You have an extra bag, you gotta pay. And some airlines, they give you food only if you pay for it. And if you have a health issue and you need some special food, you need to pay extra for it. And then this time they don't even bring it to you because it's a mistake, they forgot. So you tell me why we help these people? Did they help us on the regular days? You're going to tell me they provide jobs? Fuck you. Because they can't run it without people. Okay? They can run the show without people, and you can see it right now. The 1%, they cannot go to work. They're begging people to go back to work. They're calling the White House every day. You need to put people back to work. We cannot afford this. No, you fucking can't. We should let them taste a little bit of the suffering of the little guys suffer every single day. That's why they might change the game, or might they be fair when they go back to work. This means I keep telling you, people, you are going and protesting for the wrong reason. You're protesting to put yourself back in the situation. You're protesting to put yourself back in the hall. Instead, you should be protesting to ask questions where the money goes and why we are bailing out these big people. Why we are not helping the guys that cannot afford to eat. Why we are allowing people to lose their homes and their cars because the filthy rich, they need more money they don't need. That's why you need to protest. And you need to vote out those people that let you down because you vote them for a reason like this. To come to you, to check on you, to speak for you. They didn't do that. They're speaking for themselves, their friends, their allies, their lobbyists. That's what they're talking for. I want you to wake up. I want you to see the big picture because you're not seeing it. And whatever they sell you all day long, it's a BS. And it doesn't fly in the real time, in the hard time. Thank you.